Hello, this is Annette with Project Refine Life, and today I am here to do a very unusual thing with you guys. I am here to do an unboxing of the Northern Animal Tarot 2nd edition. This came in yesterday, and this is as far as I got with opening up the box. Because I thought, okay, since I'm so familiar with the 1st edition, I love this deck. This and one other deck are the only decks that I have backup copies of, and I have additional editions of now. I love this deck. So I thought, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do a side-by-side. So I did put my 2nd edition back in order just for this walkthrough, just to compare side-by-side 1st and 2nd edition. So here we are, guys. I'm nervous because I don't I don't usually do unboxings because I want to be alone with my deck when I open it up and experience it for the first time. So this is a little different, but okay, enough of the rambling. Let's move on. Okay, so here is all of the little stuff in the deck. Now, if you're not familiar with the Northern Animal Tarot, it is this beautiful fairy tale style deck, and it is just gorgeous. So here is the little information and a nice little thank you from Linda. I just love this deck. I cannot say how much I love this deck. Oh my gosh, I got a little button. Look at that. Oh, I'm so excited. Now, I don't know why I'm so excited about a button, but seriously, I'm so excited. Maybe because I love this deck so much. I have no idea. I just got bare bones when it came to the 2nd edition. I didn't get any of the notebooks or anything like that. So this is extremely exciting for me to get this. Okay, so the thing about WilderHeartsStudio, Linda, is that she is very concerned about the packaging of the deck. She likes to make sure that everything is ethical and handcrafted, and she was very careful where she was having the printing done of this deck as well. So, okay, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop. Okay, so first things first, let's compare the bags. This is my 1st edition, so the bag is a little bit different than the 2nd edition. Both are gorgeous. Now, right off the bat, this deck feels thicker than the 1st. So let's open this up. Put that right there. Oh, look at that. Okay, so the blue is much deeper and very different than the 1st edition. So we have this gold foil stamping on the 2nd edition box, and then this was my 1st edition. Now, I don't know if the 1st edition, the regular 1st edition, was any different. I have both this and my backup copy are the I Am Perfect, the imperfect boxes, so I didn't really see anything wrong. But if you can see, there's a big difference right there, just within the width of the boxes and height. Just, I think those are about the same, but definite difference in the width. Oh, okay, there's that. I don't want to break that. Oh, there's my number, 288 out of 500. Okay. Let's go ahead and take these out. Oh my goodness. Okay, here we go. Oh my gosh, look at how cute. Now, you know what? I have a thing about bats. I don't know, they kind of freak me out. I have no idea. No, I know why. I know why. Because when we were small, when I say we, like me and my sister and the family that we grew up down the street from, here we go with my little stories. We used to go to this place. I don't even know where it was at, but me and my sister and a bunch of us, there was like 8 kids. We would go and go into these caves that were in this canyon. I remember going in and there was a bunch of bats hanging upside down in the cave. We shouldn't have been in there. We shouldn't have done that at all. Don't do that. If you're, if you have kids or just don't go to any caves that might possibly have bats. Okay. I tried to put this together as well as I could. So here is the first edition. This is the second edition. So right off the bat, this is a little bit darker. That's a little bit lighter. Just going to open up to the middle. We've got the same details here, which is from the first edition box and backings of the cards. And on the back, same thing as the first edition guidebook. So I, just looking at this quickly, this is the middle of the book. I don't think anything has changed within the guidebook themselves. Okay, so there is my little surprise card. Push that off to the side. Now this, it didn't have this on the first edition. I'm not going to get rid of that. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Oh gosh, are those stuck? Okay, let me do this. There we go. Look at how cute. You know what? I'm going to straighten this out and this is going to become a bookmark. I'll put some support on it. I'm not getting rid of that. That's gorgeous. Okay. Right away, let's just look at the backs. So first edition, second edition, completely different backs, and cardstock is completely different. This is really pretty. I like it, but I love I love my first edition too. The card sizes are, she states in her website that they are the same size, but they're not. The second edition is slightly shorter. I don't know if you can see that, but the design is the same on the little title cards. Okay, so let's go card by card and compare the first and the second edition. Now, right off the bat, you can see that there is a definite difference in the width of the cards, and it's the cardstock. That's what the difference is. It's the cardstock. So Linda describes the cardstock as a 16 point with an eggshell finish / pearl. And she says that it's too stiff for an easy riffle shuffle and that you can't bridge the cards. So here we go. So here's the full. Definite difference. So by default, because this is a little bit glossier, it's going to be brighter, but everything comes forward here a little bit more. See, everything's brighter, but you see how it looks like he's coming forward more. So it looks like the images were enhanced, where they were brought forward. So he looks like he's coming out at you more. Colors are very different. The Magician. Okay, and again, much different shades within the card. The blue is brighter and everything is brighter. And again, like if you could see the tail, if you can look at the tail, what a difference there is just in that alone. The High Priestess. Okay, I do love how much brighter the High Priestess is in the second edition. She just stands out even more. And I don't know why, but it looks like the pillars on the sides. It looks like they're bolder. I'm sorry, I'm trying to look at this. This is why I don't do unboxings, because I get so distracted. I really kind of take off here. Wow, big difference in the colors. Big difference. Like this is so much more purple than this. This is a lot deeper. The Emperor. The bird is completely different color. Just completely different. Anything else? This looks a little bit different here on the bottom as well. Otherwise, it's the same. First and second right here, completely different color tones. The sky is different. Okay, here's a Hierophant. And again, just the tones are so much brighter in the second edition. The Chariot. This one so far looks like the one that has the most consistency with the... No, never mind. I was going to say that it did, but it doesn't. All the tones are different here in the sky, and even on the ground, everything is different. The rabbits are much brighter here on the second edition, and his robe is completely different. Like here, it just kind of almost fades in, and this one, it does fade into the background, but you can see a distinct difference there. Strength. Now, the first edition is brighter within the night sky or the day sky, whatever it is, on the first edition. Second edition, very different. Okay, I'm going to pick it up a little bit because I do have to go and do mommy duty in just a little bit and pick up some kids, so I'm going to rush it a little bit more here, just going through each individual card. Much different here within the color tones. I'm not seeing any differences within the cards themselves, within the illustrations. However, it does feel like the second edition does kind of come forward more. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Big difference here within the soil on the tower. Big, big difference. The star. The moon. Much brighter here in the second. The sun. Okay, this is much brighter around the fire, which I do like because it does give more of an emphasis within that area of the card, like lighting up that specific spot. And then these details kind of stick out more here too within the second. Okay, the world, oh my goodness, so completely different. Wow, extremely, extremely different. I like the second. It's really nice. I mean, I've grown attached to this little fellow right here, but I like what she's done here with this, with the second edition. Gorgeous. Okay. Oh my goodness. Wow. That is completely, completely different. So just looking at this so far, oh my goodness. Like there are, oh, wow. Okay. Here it looks more red. This is more of like a brown. And I hope that everything is being picked up correctly on the camera. Much brighter here, and everything just is brighter. And then as you can see here, like everything comes forward more here on the Five of Wands. Big difference here and here. Huge. This is the same. Again, it comes forward a little bit more. Same there. This is just deeper. Everything looks about the same there. Page of Wands looks about the same, but again deeper. And you know what's funny is that the cards are the same width, but just that little bit of a difference in the length of the card makes it look wider. And you wouldn't think that would make such a big difference, but it really does. Her little crow friend here looks a lot more I don't know, just where it looks like, because he's brighter, I don't know, it just looks like he has more movement. Looks like her head is just slightly tilted from here. Okay. Big difference in the colors. This really stands out more. There's a big difference in the colors on that one. And she added this on the bottom here. Okay, what have we got here? More details on the dresses than the first edition. Okay, that's the same. Here, it looks like he has water underneath, where here it looks like he is on land. I don't know if that's what it's intended to be, but just the depth of it, the color, makes it look like he's standing on water in a sense, or like in a shallow area with water. Everything here looks about the same. Okay, big difference on the colors. And then you've got this action going on right here, which you do not have in the first edition. Okay, the moon, the reflection of the moon, you've got the entire reflection here, where here you only, wait a minute. Was that even a reflection or was that a fish there? I never even really paid attention to that too much, but this looks like a total reflection of the moon within the second edition. Okay. Completely different coloring. Everything else looks the same. Oh, now here, oh, this is cute. I like what she did here. So here, they're covered up, they're kind of covered up in a blanket and sitting and watching the kids play, where here they're all standing. So I like what she did on the second edition. This looks about the same. Again, looks about the same. Queen of Cups. She just comes forward more. Everything comes at you a little bit more, and then the depth of color is very obvious here. King of Cups. Okay, the chair is much more prevalent in the second edition than in the first. Everything comes forward more. Okay, I cut the tape a little bit just so that I could reorganize because my pentacles were in front of the swords. So let's continue. Here is the Ace of Swords. Oh my goodness, completely different, and I love it. I love the addition of the stars within the sky, like the Milky Way, and just the depth of her sitting in this point of thought, like this deep, dark point of thought where it's just her and her environment, just really digging into it. I like that. Okay, much more depth within the Three of Swords, just by the color alone. And again here as well. Nothing is different other than coming forward with that image a little bit more, and then the colors. Same here. 6. Everything is the same, just the tones. And again, here, nothing's different. Just the tones. The tones make a huge difference in the way that the cards feel. That is the same. I do like all the colors. That kind of reminds me of an Arizona sunset right there. And Page of Swords. Still the same. Okay, we've got some addition here with the Knight. He has more armor on here in the second edition. And here he doesn't. And of course, everything comes up a little bit more. And the colors. The Queen is the same. I don't see any differences here. King, the same. Ace, completely different with the colors. Completely different. And I kind of like this because it reminds me of that morning sun when it's coming up, like that idea of all these opportunities are going to be available for you with the break of dawn. I like the coloring in there. That's what it makes me feel like. And then also she did add in all of these beautiful little flowers as well within the second edition. So that really helps liven it up. Again here, just the depth of color. Okay. Looking the same at this point. Okay, now this here is pointed downward and this is pointed up. Now, I don't know the reasoning for that. Well, I mean, if you think about it, this would have been a pretty hard tool to maneuver if it was actually built that way. So I don't know if that's why Linda did that. I'm not quite sure. Okay, this one. Oh my goodness. Look at all the colors that are around her. She has like this rainbow sky behind her here, and everything is lit up. Everything has this yellow surrounding it, just kind of glowing and being within, you know, when you get really into doing something and you just feel like everything is just kind of working for you. And that's what this reminds me of, where everything is just lit up. I like it. That's good. Okay, here within the robe, we've got differences in the robe here. And again, you have more color within the flowers. The flowers have been added or colored in. This is the same. Just again, the addition of more color within the landscape. Page. Everything is the same here. I'm not noticing any differences. Knight, he has his armor. You know, I'm going to have to check the other knights because maybe they also got additional armor. Queen. These are deeper. And here's the king. Everything's just richer, deeper, brought forward more. Okay, I'm not going to really, don't really want to show the spreads too much. And then this really comes forward, this seed really comes forward in this one, and it kind of stands out more than, well, not kind of, it really does stand out more. Okay, and here we go. I love this little card. It's so cute. Look at, like a messenger of love, just sitting there within their home, just accepting those messages or delivering those messages. Okay, here we have a little red robin singing. That's cute. That's a nice little addition there. Everything looks about the same here. The sun is a little bit, no, just brighter. Everything's the same. This little guy. Everything's the same here. Here we are. And this one, the reflection, I don't know if it's just because of the color tones, but it really does pop up more. And because this is bigger and brighter, there is more of an emphasis on it, of course, right? But there's more detail in this card simply because of the way that of the colors, and then Actually, if you can see here, the water line, it's actually brought up, so there's more movement within the lake below. Nice. Again, just the colors that are making it pop more. And the bear is a lot more evident within the second edition. Oh, the little shadow dude. Okay, the shadow dude is really not too much in the shadows anymore. He was more in the shadows and more covered with this mist or something going on in the first edition. And the tree dude, he's a little bit more evident, his features. And this little guy, everything looks about the same here. There's more within the night sky, definitely. Our little ghost. Looks like his hands have been moved because, you know what, they kind of look like little boobs. Maybe not little boobs, but boobs. Maybe that's why she moved them. And this, I love the addition of everything going around this beautiful, happy falling star. Very, very beautiful. Okay, I'm going to take just a moment just to see if I can look at the knight and see if the knights all got additional armor or nope. Okay, there's that one. That was the wands. And the Knight of Cups had armor on the first edition. So let's see here. Nope, he has armor. So I guess it was just on the swords. Maybe he just didn't have armor on the swords. Everything else sees the same. Wow. Okay, guys. That's it. That is the comparison between the first and second edition. I can see how the depth, the brightness, and her bringing it up. There are a few things that I really like about the second edition where she brought them forward. She gave them more life. She gave everything kind of a little bit more movement or depth of the scene by just the simple additions of the flowers or additional layers within the sky, the sunset, the sunrise. So I do like how this is colored. However, and you know what? And I knew this was going to be the thing. I'm so attached to this deck. I love the way that this feels. I love it. Like, I love it, love it, love it. But I can see how using this deck more in the spring, just because of the pop of color, and using this through the fall. And so this is probably going to be like my spring and summer deck, and this one will be, I know this sounds ridiculous, right? It's the same deck, but it's really not. To me, it's not. To me, it's really not. This first edition, second edition, you know what? I had been pondering, what am I going to do? Because I have a backup of the first edition, and now I have two of the first edition, and I have one of the second edition. And you know what? I'm just going to keep it as is because I love this first edition. I love the way that this linen cardstock feels. It feels so good to shuffle. I'm sure that this will, you know, it'll take its place. I love the deck. I love what she did. I love the colors. I love the pops. It's just going to take a while to pull this one out of my hands because I am so attached to it. And then, of course, I got this cute little bat with the winking moon, the blood moon, obviously, winking at me. So that's it. The first and second edition of the Northern Animal Tarot. Thank you so very much for joining me through this side-by-side comparison and my first ever unboxing on camera that I'm actually going to share, because I have filmed some before and then I got rid of them because I thought, no, it's much too personal. But I was really trying to compare both the first and the second edition. Linda, I adore this deck. Either way, I adore this deck. So here's the bad news, guys. First and second edition, are sold out, completely sold out. However, the third edition will be released in the summer of 2022, and she's going to be funding a Kickstarter in April. So if you go to her website, WilderHeartsStudio.com, you can sign up on the email list and she will send you information. And like I say, I am not here to sell you decks, guys. I am just here to share what I love and what I enjoy. That's it. So thank you so much. I appreciate you joining me. I appreciate you looking at the cards and hearing all of my ridiculous comments and thoughts. Have a beautiful day, and I will see you later.